Welcome YouTubers to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Infinity Studios Harley Quinn life-size bust. Let's see if this is worth 4,000 frickin' bucks. So big shout out to Resin GK who got me this. Link in the description below to purchase from him and or Sideshow. And you could just contact me if you guys need help getting this. So I didn't want to put the bat on just yet because I do want to compare it to my licensed bat that I do have. So check out the difference between the two. Infinity Studios went big. Although I will say I feel like this one is better, in all honesty. Let's see, which one weighs more? That's pretty heavy. They're both about the same weight, but look at the lettering of the Good Night. Like this one's like thicker and almost like kind of blurry-ish. I don't know, this one's a lot easier to see. Maybe this is more accurate though. This is a little bit cleaner than this one. Colors are different. This is all like decals on this one. You know, and like look at the writing. It's easier to read on this one versus this one. Even just like the simple bat stuff. Makes me wonder, should I just use this one? It's shorter, won't take up as much space, and frankly almost looks nicer in my opinion. I don't know, this one's a little bit more weathered. What do you guys think? Which bat do you like better? The Infinity Studios or this one is by, let me think who it's frick, I'm drawing a blank. It's the one who made that bat thing in this. Drawing a blank on the name. But you guys know what I mean. Nevertheless, here's the two bats. And then here's my crooked bat from J&D that they say heated it up would work. It did not. And I'm still trying to get a replacement from Sugo Toys. It's been nearly 2 months and they are not responding. So I swear the bend has got even worse over time. So here she is next to J&D Harley Quinn. The two silicone Harleys. Oh my goodness. They do pair excellent, no doubt. Let's put the bats on. Alright, let's check out the COA. So again, I did get 20 of 8.99, so low edition size. This one, they also did do like some detailed on the back. Most of the other ones I got, you know, for them. Although those ones did come in like a plastic sleeve. This did not. But it's a nice looking COA. I wish they'd include like stands similar to like Queen Studios does. When you're paying $4,000, include like a nice acrylic stand. But, you know, I can put this like right there, for example. Although it's, but yeah. So here she is all set up with her actual bat, not the other one. But I think I may try that one to see if I like it better. Just because the bat does feel a little too big. And that is a, you know, licensed one as well, so it's probably more accurate. So I think I may use that bat, actually. We'll put it on later in the review. So one thing I did find out is I did have this on backwards. It was up there, the bullet holder, that was backwards. I realized. In addition, the earring, I was able to simply just bend it to the correct method so we can get it properly in her ear. Now, similar to like the J&D, for example, see? And of course, we're going to compare this a lot to J&D because that's a, you know, $2,500 statue. This is $4,000 life size. Now, of course, this is not without its faults. If I'm going to name immediate faults on this statue, one, the lack of silicone here in the belly, the fingers, and the neck. Once you get beneath that hooded necklace, this is all hard. You know, like that does not look like real skin to me. And this is what I was meaning in the unboxing. Look at that. That is garbage. There is zero texture. This should have been silicone. I don't know why it wasn't. This should have been silicone. When you look at that, and then you look at this, which has like real skin texture and looks very lifelike and good, you know, like it has like actual fingerprints. This is amazing. This is perfect. And then you come over here and you're like, what the fuck? That looks horrible. So huge miss by Infinity Studios here on the hand. Now, I mean, this is like identical pose nearly, but she's missing the gun in that hand. They actually did silicone right here. Like this is all silicone, little silicone fingers. So Infinity Studios definitely should have did silicone fingers. I think the only reason they didn't is maybe they tried silicone and it wasn't able to hold the hand, like the gun. The silicone wasn't holding it. Although I think if this is the hard part and then this is silicone, it should have held the gun because this is silicone holding a bat. So I feel like, you know, there's definitely, that could have been improved. And then obviously the belly, this should have been silicone. This bra is sculpted. I wish it was a real bra, not like that. And let's see, it looks like there is a tattoo under here. She must have some sort of chest tattoo. Now the hair length on mine is absolutely perfect. It's how it should be. Her hair should go to about right here, just the white part. So thank goodness my hair isn't like down to right here like on some I've seen. So that is a good win. Now this is like a thin leather. This one is like a thicker one. I think J&D did a better job on this versus Infinity. The actual shirt is very thin material. Like this is super thin. I don't know which one's 100% accurate. And there's like some little pebble in there. I'm going to get that out. Yeah, so, I mean, they did sculpt it as well. You can see her red bra underneath. This one you can't. I do feel the boobs are a little small. They could have been bigger. Like hers look bigger on her body in comparison. So I think that is a miss, you know, making the boobs a little too small. Then, yeah, like this shirt, like I said, is very thin. This one is nice and thick. Now, J&D did not do silicone, but they did do a really nice texture and paint job. Where this one, I mean, look at that. That does not look like human skin at all. That looks terrible. So that's a big miss in my opinion. Now I'm just going over all the negatives first, like based off initial impressions, what I believe is a negative. So yeah, I think the bat's a little too big, and the bra, they should have made the boobs a little bit bigger, and then just fix all the lack of silicone in those 3 areas. And I would say that's probably, you know, it. When it comes to likeness, I mean, I think it looks really good. I love that portrait. That's my favorite portrait of Harley versus J&D. Like, I like that more, and I like it more than Prime 1. And I'll show Prime 1. I'll move her up here as well. But I love that portrait. I think it's gorgeous. Super, super good. So, yeah. So let's check out this base. So you do have lots of, it's almost like playing cards. You know, squares, 4 squares, love, hate. This is the little Joker skull, which is pretty cool looking. The Suicide Squad logo is here off on the side, so it's not directly in the front. Some people may like that, some may not. On the back, it does say Harley Quinn. Then you got these like yellow stars and everything. I think it works. It really represents Harley Quinn. So I think it works. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there is definitely like a tattoo, I believe, underneath here. I should have just took her shirt off. I believe you know, you could definitely pull it up, which maybe we'll do later in the review. Now, this part of the silicone hand does look fantastic. It looks very realistic. These are very high quality. This is real metal. The actual sculpt on the glove looks great. And the gun does look excellent. Now, and I'll show you a comparison of the J&D, for example. You have like all these like crossed out numbers, HK. This actual moves, which is really cool. You know, similar to this one as well. You know, like this moves and there's actually like bullets in it. You know, so overall, it does look really good, although like this little guy right here on the J&D, I would say looks a little bit more detailed than that. Everything else looks pretty much bang spot on. I would just say this is a little bit of a miss in my opinion. I think the J&D one looks a little bit nicer. Although, look at J&D, it's missing the gold thing here where that has a gold. I wonder if that is damaged. Does other people's guns not have that gold thing? Because mine is missing it. I don't know if it's broken, but this has gold, that doesn't. The actual hair looks really good. You know, pink, blue. Then this is red and blue, similar to this. Her pigtails, as you can see, are quite up, where her, due to the weight, is kind of coming down. Let me try to see if I can angle it a little bit higher up. That's, I think, about the best I could do, which I think looks pretty darn good. So I am happy and content with that. The actual curls in the hair do look great. You know, right out of the box, in general, it looks pretty good. There's not a ton of, like, I mean, there is, you know, like, obviously, with any real hair you have it, but it's not super bad. The hair part looks good. There's plenty of hair. The color looks great. The actual, like, yellow. It's a slightly different tone than this one. A little bit more yellowish, where this is a little bit more whitish, I will say. The actual skin paint app looks almost identical from J&D to this. Now let's check out this portrait. The money shot. There is a little bit of hair in her face. Alrighty, check out Harley Quinn. So you do have the rotten and the star tattoo. And then the pink and, yeah, those eyes. Look at the eyes. The vein work is incredible. The eyes are gorgeous. Very beautiful eyes. Mouth looks beautiful. A little bit of red crap. I mean, it's silicone, so it's soft to the touch. I think it looks really good. I like the likeness. It looks really good, in my opinion. It does have actual hand-punched hair or like eyebrows. I mean, again, these things are just falling directly in her face. They're not going quite to the side like that. You could probably, you know, use some product if you want it to go a little to the side. Or even like that if you want to kind of like angle it. So you can see the portrait a little bit better. But yeah, you kind of want it like that natural look. The face looks really well done. The skin texture looks good. I'll angle it like that. There we go. Get that nice looking portrait. You know, in comparison to this one, you got the blue, the eyes, which are, you know, obviously kind of hard to see. There you can see it. The rotten, the star. And then you come to this one. The eyes are gorgeous. Very beautiful. Lips are good. Nose is good. Very, very beautiful. The necklace, as you saw in the unboxing, necklace is super high quality. It feels like real leather. These are real metal, very high quality. Like all the accessories are very high quality. You know, this is metal. This is leather. This metal. Definitely much better than the J&D. Like look at the J&D. You know, like this is like cheap plastic. Same with like all the accessories in her. Like a lot of people had their necklace put in broken. You know, where this one, it's very high quality. It's not breaking on you. And then it has this tattoo right here on her arm, which is accurate. You can see here on the poster. Granted, this is a fan art poster, but yeah, a very good poster. But yeah, this tattoo is accurate and it looks really well done. So very nice job. The stitching on the shirt looks really well done. I really want to pull up this shirt to see underneath. Let's get a good angle from a distance so you can see. So she is not nearly as tall as Batman. Now, Batman is an extra tall bust, keep in mind. She is bigger than Queen Wonder Woman bust, though. She's definitely taller. Queen Wonder Woman bust is only like 27 inches tall, where she is more like, I believe like 31 is what she's advertised. You know, and then there she is next to Joker, so you can see if you were to pair the two. So very nice, very, very nice. She looks great with that poster and next to J&D. I think J&D and her pair extremely well together since they're both silicone, and you're getting that look of Harley without the jacket, you know, because almost all the Harley figures out there are always with her jacket on. You know, and granted, you can take the jacket off the J&D, but it doesn't have all the accessories, the tattoos to make it accurate, so that's the reason I haven't done it. Otherwise, I'd actually take off that jacket, because I've seen, you know, Samuel Bodart do it on Virtual Devil, and it looked really good, but it's missing the tattoo and the purple bracelets, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I am going to put Prime 1, I'm going to move J&D over and put Prime 1 there, so you can see how that compares, and we're also going to check out underneath her shirt because, you know, the bust comes off. So it's just a little bit tucked in under the base. So I just need to pull it up a little bit and we can check it out. You know, what's the fuss under that shirt? Check out the bra and this, if there is any skin texture, because J&D did a pretty good job on the skin texture when it's not silicone. I think they did a great job. You know, it's not super, super noticeable where even right now looking at the Infinity bust, I can tell that left hand is not silicone. I'm like, yeah, that's quite a different paint app look. So definitely a huge miss. But the neck and the neck is not that bad because it's not super visible. The belly definitely, they should have made, you know, some of that silicone, like at least like a part of it silicone that's visible. I think they should have made that silicone, or at least much more skin texture. You know, like heck, even the, let's look at the Prime 1. Yeah, Prime 1's not any better. Prime 1 doesn't have any skin texture. Daddy's little monster. You know, check out Daddy's little monster. Overall, I do absolutely love the bust. I think it looks amazing. Let's show you guys this right here. This plaque is actually really nice looking. It's a shame it's off to the side because I do really like it. And granted, you could just display it right there if you wanted to, because, you know, that hole is not super visible. So if you want to just display it like that, you totally could. So, you know, because it's standing up completely on its own because of this back peg. So it's like, yeah, that actually works. Check that out. Because it's off to the side and I can't see, I could just display it next to it. I think I may do that, you know, because it's kind of hard to see. There's the peg, but from normal viewing, you can't really see it. But yeah. All right, I need to lift the bust up a little bit. I'm going to remove that bat and try that bat. And let's see what the fuss is underneath here. Alrighty, so yes, she does have a tattoo right here. And it actually just says Daddy's Little Monster. So here's the bra. It actually does have a little bit of skin texture. It has like that little wire. But I mean, there is some skin texture, and you can obviously see like her rib cage and whatnot. It doesn't look that bad, actually. Not as bad as I thought it would, honestly. Again, I mean, maybe her boobs are accurate. I mean, they're not huge. She's only like, I think, an A cup. Maybe J&D just made hers a little bit bigger than they should. Now, if you wanted to go for this look, you totally could, because technically it's movie accurate. She was in that position in the movie. But yeah, that's basically the look with the bra. So, I mean, you could obviously just pull this down. You can tuck the shirt in or just have it like so. It's really up to you how you want to do that. But yeah, now let's put the other bat on, see if it looks better. Alrighty, so here is her holding my other bat. It's definitely not as noticeable, where this one you could see it quite a bit better. You know, like right now you can barely even see the bat in the back. What do you guys think? Which bat do you prefer? It is nice I have two bats because I can now, you know, display whichever I want. You know, they're both obviously good. I still like this bat because it's a little bit more weathered in some areas. But it's good for me to have options because either bat works. They weigh about the same, just this one's a little shorter. Which, I guess if you're limited on space, then it would, you know, help you out. Now, this bust is, you know, I want to get some measurements actually for you guys. All right, so I measured her just using this bat, but she's about 26 inches wide from like that bat to this elbow. And then she's about 30 inches tall. So, you know, a few inches taller than this Wonder Woman, which again, there's like the angle of those two. So she's just slightly taller. Obviously, she is more of a half torso, so she has more belly than her, but she has quite a big base. And then she's also about 26 inches deep with this bat, which is shorter. The other bat will be deeper. So, you know, I have her here. She will definitely fit like on a 24-inch garage shelf, or here her bat is going into the window well, which actually works really good for me. If I didn't want to go into the window well, I'd have to angle her more so the bat's going this way, but I want her like this so I can see her portrait just spot on perfect. She is definitely a top shelf bust because her head is a tiny bit angled down, not a lot, like not nearly as bad as like Joker. You know, like standing up, I can see her perfect. Sitting down, I can see her a little bit better. But she's not looking up and she's not looking totally down, but she's looking slightly down. So do keep that in mind. You're definitely going to want to have her at least 3 feet tall, which being a $4,000 bust, she definitely deserves to be a top shelf piece. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch the bats, bring up Prime 1 so you can see Prime 1 in the mix. Alrighty, so here is the Prime 1 Harley Quinn, which is, you know, taller than the J&D. J&D is like 26 inches. She is 28, so she's almost as tall as the bust. You know, not quite as tall. I will say J&D I do think pairs better simply because it has similar matching detail, where this one's a pretty obvious decreasing quality. You know, but it's not like they pair bad by any means. They still pair extremely good. You know, and it also gives you a different pose. You have multiple head options. Prime 1 definitely pairs very good, and I do like it. You know, it's similar to like these. Like none of these are J&Ds, but they still look excellent next to their silicone counterpart. But I think if you want the ultimate Harley setup, you got to go with J&D. Double silicone, you know, is the way to go for sure. I do think they put some product in her hair, like right here, to give that look of the way it's like folding down, but there's not a ton of product there. I don't really want to add product to her. I kind of want to just like, you know, ideally I'd like that to be a little bit better, similar to like look at the J&D, the way it flows perfectly down, where this one's kind of like spread out like that. I'm wondering if I should, although I notice on the J&D it just goes completely to the side, where this one is not. It's like kind of folded over. Maybe I should fold it to, like the J&D. I don't know. I need to look at some images of Harley to determine which one's more accurate. 'Cause I can obviously just and get that look, but they obviously styled it like this for a purpose. But yeah, there it is with Prime 1. Just wanted to show you guys real quickly how it looks. Harley Quinn, life-size bust. Let's go ahead and return her down, give some final thoughts. Alrighty, folks, I just wanted to check out some photos of Harley, both here and the Sideshow website, to see, you know, what she looks like in the movie and whatnot, some things I noticed. So I think I got the hair length perfect on mine, fortunately. Now, one thing I noticed on the J&D is they have her front little hair colored, like right here. You know, like check out this image. Yeah, check out that portrait. Yeah, see, like the J&D, they actually colored her hair on this, which I think is actually inaccurate looking at the movie. I don't see that. And the hair does look accurate kind of on both. It depends on the scene, but there's some scenes where I've seen her look just like that, like the front bang curls up like that. The put-in necklace, these all look much more movie accurate on her. The shirt, I think, could be a little bit thicker. I think it's slightly too thin material. Now, it does look good, but I think it should be a little bit thicker. You know, and then... But overall, I do think Infinity Studios did do a really good job. There's just a few areas that could have been better, so I wouldn't say it's a flawless bust. However, it definitely is absolutely amazing, without a doubt. I really love the look of it. The portrait is so beautiful. The overall look of the bust is just freaking gorgeous. It looks incredible in the collection. You know, so backing up, show you how Harley Quinn looks and fits. We're waiting on Catwoman bust, which I'm extremely excited for as well. Can't wait to get that. Now, they did also include these, which I'm not 100% sure what the heck these do. There's this brown thing, which has some Chinese writing, but I don't know what the frick this does. Like, if any of you know, please let me know, because it included this, and I don't know what the heck this is. Like, why did they include this? Then there's this thing, which does have like this thing that comes off. Like, you can take this off, and there's this, and then whatever this does, and it has a smell to it, but I don't know what this does. Like, what was the purpose of this? They didn't include instructions, but there's a certain smell to this, almost like, I don't know, like, is this like supposed to like be makeup? It's kind of rubbing some black stuff up on me. What is the purpose of this? Is this to like touch up something? I don't know. So I don't know what this is. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below, because I have two things that I don't know what the heck they are. But I do know this is a duster. So you can come in and dust it. Now it's like a handheld duster, which is kind of cool. You know, it's also not super strong, so they said only to dust this every 3 to 6 months. I guess silicone you don't want to dust too often. But yeah, overall, I would definitely, I mean, this is still a personal grail to me, a 10 out of 10 piece, because I just love Harley Quinn so much. And I know they're going to make another Harley Quinn bust, but I want her quintessential costume from the original Suicide Squad movie. That is the costume I fell in love with. And, you know, I love Margot Robbie, love her personality, her looks, obviously. So I'm very happy to have it. And I'm glad I got one with short hair, because that was like definitely a concern for me. I would say don't let the lack of silicone in the fingers and the belly and the neck area sway you from buying this, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, you know, you're mostly staring at the overall look in the portrait. Absolutely gorgeous bust. And for me personally, I do like it more than the Joker bust. You know, I definitely like it more than that one. The likeness, I would probably peg it at 90% for me personally. Others are probably going to say it looks nothing like her. I still think it looks like Margot Robbie. I'm watching literally Birds of Prey now, and I do see Margot Robbie in this for sure. You know, I'm going to have my wife come check it out. But overall, I absolutely love it. I am very happy to own this bust. Looks freaking beautiful in my collection. So it's definitely a keeper for me. And it looks really good next to the J&D. So if any of you are planning to pair the two together, this is how they look. And I think they're absolutely gorgeous together. Definitely a pair to, you know, to beat. Let's see if my Catwoman display can beat it. I don't think it will personally. But we're going to get Catwoman next. She should arrive. I don't know when exactly, but she'll arrive very soon. So she is the next, you know, Infinity Silicone bust we'll be getting. Whether we get Mara bust, I don't know just yet. I want to see how good Catwoman is. I'm very happy with Harley. Granted, outside those few little areas I think could be slightly better. Otherwise, I absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're looking to purchase this, links in the description. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great Alrighty, YouTubers, before we do end this video, actually, I needed to show you guys a few additional things, talk about a few additional things. First off, I did fix her hair. Instead of having that like weird curl back, I more or less just used some water and a little bit of a comb and made it like this, which I think looks a lot better, actually. Secondly, I did have this on wrong. Justin Collections, fellow YouTuber, had mentioned I had it on wrong. He was accurate. It is wrong. You're supposed to have the fat end facing the head, skinny end facing out, and it does look better. So yeah, definitely looks better with the hair like that and the pigtail, so that does look better. A few additional things I did want to mention on this piece. So I was looking at the prototype as well as the edition size. If you guys saw my unboxing, this was limited, according to my COA, 20 of 899. However, this is advertised on Sideshow's website limited to 400. That is extremely shady of Infinity Studios. More than double the edition size. So a lot of people pre-order something based off edition size. If they see a low ES, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, I better pre-order so I don't miss out. So clearly, that is very false advertising going from $400 to $899. Unless the only other situation that I think this might be okay if 400 is international and then probably 500 is China. And that is why it shows $899. I'm not 100% sure, but that is my only thought process. Either 400 is international and, you know, $399 is China or Asia, and then it really is just $899. Regardless, they should list $899 on the Sideshow website. That is shady in my opinion. So I don't like that. I did want to show you guys as well the prototype, which is here on Geek Culture. Check this out. So he basically, this is the prototype. So one thing I noticed on the proto, this tattoo is way too high, and it's actually like that on the Sideshow website. Now that is inaccurate. On the statue, they did lower it. It's not up high, it's down low, which is accurate. So they did fix that, which is great. Another thing, if you look at the bracelets, they're actually very similar to this one. They almost look plasticky, and they did upgrade them to gold, which I think is better. So they did make upgrades. I do think the bat was a downgrade. You know, let me show you some additional photos. Some people think the portrait was changed. I don't. Yeah, like look at the bracelet right there. It's not as good. Now right here, check out the hand. I do think, like right there, check out the hand. That does look sculpted, not polystone, but look how they painted the fingers. Definitely, like the fingernails are actually painted, and it looks a little bit more lifelike. Versus now, there is, you know, it looks unfinished, in my opinion. Like, this doesn't look good at all. I think this is a huge fail, in my opinion. Like, I feel like I need to send this off to a freaking, you know, and it looks like the fingers... You know, it's like, I swear I can even see like a little hole right there, how this is inserted. Like they painted this and then inserted it into this, as far as I can tell. But these fingers totally look unfinished, and it's absolutely unexcusable in my opinion. When you're paying $4,000 for a bust, you expect top-notch quality. Now the neck and the belly, I'm fine. That hand, I'm not. I feel like I need to send that off to a painter to get it professionally fixed. Because that just looks terrible in my opinion. It's like that's the worst thing about the bust is that hand. You know, I think this is more acceptable. You know, if you're gonna do polystone, maybe, you know, like here's the portrait. You can see the hair and whatnot. You know, some people think the portrait's different. I don't know. It looks the same to me. I don't have an issue with the portrait at all. My only issue is that hand and the fact they're doubling the ES, unless it's, you know, like I said, some to China and the rest is international. I think as well that the straps, these are a little bit higher quality on the prototype. You know, but they definitely did fix some things. You know, again, you know, like look at the bracelet, doesn't look as good. You know, like that bracelet doesn't look as good as mine. The hair and everything, yeah, like that looks just like mine in my opinion. I don't see a huge difference. There is the eyes. The hair is longer on this one as well. My hair is better. So I'm happy with my hair. You know, yeah, like look at that tattoo, way too high, way too high. Yeah, the bat, this is what I mean by the bat. Look at that, like, good night. I think it just looks a little bit better painted than mine. So I actually not even displaying the good night. I'm showing the other side because all my other bats show the good night. So I think the bat could be a little bit better. It's not like a big deal, but it could be a little bit better. And obviously the biggest issue is that hand. I may consider sending that off to a professional painter and trying to get it painted to look more like the silicone look. Now, obviously painting in the fingernails and making them look more detailed. I mean, heck, the J&D is far more detailed when it comes to that fingers. Like, look at that. That's way better. Actually has skin texture. It's silicone. The question begs, if this was silicone, could it have still held the gun? because this is all hard polystone, and as you can see, it is gripping it. So I feel like this could definitely have been silicone. You know, the belly, I don't think they could have done it silicone because the body needs to be hard to be able to hold everything. The neck area could have been silicone. I think they could have had a polystone from right here and the rest is silicone, similar to like, you know, I mean, heck, this is all silicone. They definitely could have did a silicone neck. The belly, they could have added more texture, similar to the J&D, which has really good, you know, belly texture. Like it's not, you know, hugely noticeable. So those are the areas of improvement. I also think the boobs could be a little bit bigger. I think one way I could fix that is just simply adding a bra on top of it, like another red bra. The shirt is also thinner than the prototype. The prototype is thicker where you actually don't see the bra, similar to this. So I do think the shirt could also be improved. Not a huge deal, but I think it could definitely be improved. A little bit thicker material. But overall, this bust is definitely absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong. This is incredible. And yes, the hand is annoying, but at the end of the day, I'm not focused on that hand. I am looking at the entirety of the piece and the portrait mostly. And when we look at the entirety of the piece, it's one of the best looking busts out there without a doubt. But I did just want to add these quick few thoughts, you know, having the bust now for second day, fixing the hair and analyzing the prototype. I don't think the face sculpt is much different. You know, to me, the face looks perfectly fine. The eyes are absolutely gorgeous. You know, like some of the best eyes I've seen on a bust. Now, super beautiful eyes. Overall, I do like it more than J&D, I will say, though. You know, I think it's a better looking piece. J&D does have some areas, you know, like the belly and the finger silicone hands that I like better. But that's, you know, in the thicker shirt, I think that's about it. I like better on J&D. Everything else I think is better on this by far. You know, and I'm definitely happy they upgraded like these bracelets to, you know, nice, shiny gold metal. I think that looks really good. Really good. So overall, I definitely do love it without a doubt, and I do highly recommend it. That is it, folks. Just some final thoughts before I upload this video. Have a great day.